Have you considered getting a portable waste tote for your RV? We're going to put the Barker 4-wheel Tote-Along in direct head-to-head competition with the Camco Rhino Smart Tote. We're going to compare all the features and benefits of both so you can figure out which one you should get. This is a follow-up to our previous video on how we use our 32-gallon Barker Tote-Along RV portable waste tote to extend our stays at state parks. In this video, I'll compare the features and benefits of the Barker Tote-Along to the Rhino Tote Tank and why we ended up choosing the Barker after using the Camco Rhino Tote Tank for about 6 months. I will score each unit on 30 different criteria, then total the scores at the end. Now, you may be surprised who wins. Thanks for coming back, but if you're new to our channel, welcome. I am Larry, and my wife Alice and I went full-time in this RV almost a year ago so we could live a more adventurous life. Now, I used the Camco Rhino Tote Tank for about 6 months, and then I used the Barker Tote-Along for about 6 months. So I have a lot of experience with both at different types of campgrounds. Now, how we use them is exactly the same. I will leave a link right up here to our previous Blue Boy video, so please check it out if you want to know how you and why you need to use a portable waste tote. I spent 3 days testing these head-to-head, filling, transfer, dumping, back and forth while we were staying at Mike Ross Goldhead Branch State Park here in Florida. I really wanted to see how they performed being towed behind the truck at different speeds with a full load. My RV neighbors must have thought, what the heck is this guy doing? Now, we just scored on 30 different criteria. For each criteria, the winner gets a 1 and the loser gets a 0. And each criteria has a weight from 0 to 5 depending on how important I thought that feature was. 0 for features that are both for same, and 5 for a very important feature. Then I multiply the score weight to the scores to get a final score for each. I will keep a running score on the screen as we go. Now first, both of these units are made in the USA and they both have a 2-year warranty. Now the customer service, I actually called both of their customer services, asked them a bunch of questions about both of them. And I will have to say, I'm going to give the score for customer service to Barker because they just were a little bit more helpful in answering my questions about the unit. So score that for the Barker. Now, as far as availability, the Barker Tote-Along I could really only find online. I couldn't find it at any local stores, but the Rhino Tote Tank is available at lots of local stores. I picked mine up at Campers Inn in Ocala. It was right there, ready for me to pick up off the shelf, which was really convenient. I had to buy this from Camping World and have it delivered, and it took a couple of weeks. Now, both of these are made from a blow-molded polyethylene, a very similar construction, but I'm going to have to give overall construction to the Barker because of its construction with all of its metal components and the way that they're tied to the unit. Now, I'll quickly go through sizes and prices, and it's kind of a tie on these ones because they both offer 4 sizes. The Camco Rhino comes in a 15, a 21, a 28, and a 36-gallon size, ranging from $83 to $175. The Barker comes in a 16, 25, 32, and 42-gallon size, ranging in price from $204 to $336. Both of those are prices on Amazon. Now, as far as weight go, the Barkers are actually just a couple pounds more for each size, comparing the sizes, and that's because of the pneumatic wheels and just a heavier construction. So as far as lifting and moving them around, they're a little heavier, so I'm going to have to give it to the Camco Rhino for being a little bit lighter weight. Now, a couple of features here. They both have the same 3/4 inch vent cap right here. They both have the same exact vent cap, so it's similar in both. No winds there. They both have a 3-inch fill port at each end, very similar fill ports, and they both have ball bearings in the wheels. So on those 3 things, they're really tied. Now, one thing I really like about the tote tank here is that it has these strap notches so that when you are strapping it up to your RV or your bike rack or wherever it is you're tying it to, these strap notches really help keep the straps lined up when you're tying it down. So I give the strap notches to the tote tank because the Barker doesn't have any strap notches. Now, they both have these 3-inch gate valves right here, which is really convenient for dumping. The Barker has the gate valve on all 4 of their 4-wheel sizes, but the Rhino Tote Tank only has it on their 28 and 38 gallon sizes. The other sizes, you have to tilt the tank up and don't have a gate valve. The other weird thing is that the Barker has the tote tank gate valve on this side, which makes sense. You're pulling up to the dump station, it'll be on the same size as the driver's side. This is on the opposite side, so actually the way I come into, depending on how you come into your dump station, it's on the opposite side. So it's weird, they're both on different sides. But I'm gonna have to give that score to the Barker Tote-Along because it has the gate valve on all 4 sizes. Now, as far as wheels go, you can see here that the Barker Tote-Along has got these steel wheels, and the Rhino Tote tank just has this plastic stuff right here. It's really flimsy looking. You definitely got to say that the win is here for the Barker Tote-Along. Really, really strong wheels. In addition to that, so it's a Barker gets a score on the wheels. As far as the tire goes, Barker wins again. You got these awesome pneumatic tires. These are 10-inch pneumatic tires. So, you know, on the wheel and tires, the Barker Tote-Along wins on both. Now, another feature on the wheels that the Barker has are Zerk fittings for greasing the bearings, which you'll see right here. Those are the Zerk fittings right there. And it's really good for keeping those axles and bearings greased. These plastic wheels on the Rhino Tote tank don't have anything like that, so I give that score to the Barker Tote-Along. Now, as far as tow bars go, the Barker has this tow bar that hooks up to your truck right here and up to your hitch ball, and it basically has this really convenient pin. You put this in here and it attaches and it holds it, and it's really convenient. It comes off and you don't have to do any lifting. Now, with the Rhino Tote tank, it comes with this bar to be able to hook it up to your truck over the ball, but if it's full, it is really hard to get this in first. You have to like lift it up to get it in there, and then it goes like this. But you can see, and then it lifts like this. But you can see if it's full, so it's really important when you're filling up to put the bar under first and then fill up so that when you go to lift it up, you don't have to tuck it under there. So I'm definitely gonna have to give the score to the Barker Tote-Along for having a better tow bar. Now, the Rhino Tote tank has got this really convenient ladder hook here for attaching it to your ladder. You throw a couple of straps around it and it's just built in. You don't have to get any other accessories. The Barker Tote-Along doesn't have anything like that. You have to find a really special way to be able to tote your Barker along, and it doesn't come with any special ladder hook, so we're gonna have to give that point to the Rhino Tote tank. Okay, now as far as lifting handles, definitely gonna have to give it again to the Rhino Tote tank. It's got this really awesome strong handle for lifting. It's really convenient when you're moving it and storing it. When it's empty, it just has a nice handle to it. The Barker doesn't have any handle like this at all. It is really awkward to move this thing around because there's no place to like grab onto it. So definitely have to give that to the Rhino Tote tank. Okay, the Rhino Tote tank also has this convenient sprayer nozzle. So it's for rinsing. You basically put it on here and it sprays the inside of your tank. It's got like this sprayer nozzle in there, and it's really convenient for cleaning out the inside of the tank. It's a completely separate thing, and it has like a spraying mechanism for cleaning. The Barker Tote-Along just has the vent cap, just the regular vent cap. So I'm gonna have to give that a point to the Rhino Tote tank for having that extra feature. As far as internal draining, you can see from the bottom contours of these that they gave a lot of thought into how the internal draining works on this Rhino Tote tank. So in practice, when you are draining at the dump station, with the Barker, you definitely have to do a lot more tilting forward and backward and from side to side to get that water to channel into the gate valve. And they've just thought it out a lot better on the Rhino Tote tank, just the internal construction and how it like makes everything flow to the exterior of the 3-inch gate valve. So give that one to the Rhino Tote tank. Now, as far as tank contouring for extra strength, I think the Rhino just did a better job of creating these deep contours in the construction to add strength to it. They did a little bit of that in the Barker Tote-Along, but it's just not nearly as well thought out and as well designed as it is in the Rhino Tote tank. So give that to the Rhino Tote tank. Now, the recommended speed for taking these behind a vehicle is 5 miles per hour. But I really wanted to test these things to the max, so I actually had Alice driving the truck, towing them with me in the back, filming, just to see how well they'd take the road. And I was kind of listening to how well the wheels were on the road and whether they were rattling and stuff like that. And I got to definitely give it to the Barker Tote-Along. These pneumatic wheels just took the road really, really well. These plastic wheels that are on the Rhino tote tank, I was just waiting for them to melt off. They never did, and even though we drove at like 25 miles per hour with full tanks, they both did pretty good, but I definitely have to give it to the Barker Tote-Along with its pneumatic wheels. For what I call tip-over draining is where you lift the unit up and you drain it from this valve right here. The Rhino tote tank was just a lot more stable. It's just with this construction, it's got this like little nose right here. It's just designed to be able to sit really well and be really stable, sitting all by itself on its end like this. Now, the Barker Tote-Along can sit on its end like this, but it is not nearly as stable. It's like always just about to fall over. And they just didn't design the end here to be able to do that very well. Plus the fact there's no handle at the top, so it's really hard to lift it up to drain like this. Plus the fact that this valve right here is not all the way at the bottom, so you can't really do a good job draining, what I would call tip draining like this. So definitely give that to the Rhino tote tank, that it can drain both ways, both from this from the fill port and from the gate valve. Now, storage accessories. The Rhino tote tank, actually you can get a kit that comes with it for a bumper mount to be able to attach your Rhino tote tank to a 4-inch bumper. And that in combination with these strap notches that we talked about earlier really make it that they've actually thought of a way for you to help bring your Rhino tote tank along with you. The Barker Tote-Along, they don't offer any accessories for doing that. Basically, it's up for you to figure it yourself or to buy one of the accessories that's actually made for the Rhino, or the Thetford actually makes a mount that goes onto your ladder that's pretty good. So I'm gonna have to give that score to the Rhino tote tank because they actually thought of that when putting out this product. Now, the other thing that is really nice about having a 4-wheel unit is that when you're filling and you need to like adjust the tank a little bit, either move it closer or farther away from where you're filling it, you just push it. This thing, once it gets weight in it, there's no pushing it, because this ladder hook right here, which it leans on, just digs into the ground and there's no moving. You've got to go in here, you got to put the tow hook in here, lift it up and move it back and forth. Now, as far as included accessories, the Barker really just comes with limited accessories, and the stuff that they come with is actually pretty terrible. But I'll go through them real quickly. First of all, the Barker comes with this double female bayoneted ended hose right here, and that's made so you can connect to here and then connect to your RV. But it doesn't give you any way to visualize the fluid going into the tank. And it also comes with this fill hose, which is really just, you put on here and you screw on here for rinsing out your tank. Now, the other thing it does come with caps, but the caps that are here on the Barker, these are awful. See how these Rhino caps come with the little fin right here? It's just so much easier on the hands to be able to turn. So even the caps on the Barker suck. So as far as accessories, the Rhino tote tank just blows it away. I don't really use any of the accessories that come with my Barker, not even the caps. I hate the caps. Let's go over some of the stuff in the Rhino. So it has a very similar rinse hose that attaches onto your rinse port. You can rinse it out really easily. That's really good. But then it also comes with this 90-degree fitting, which I actually use on my Barker. And what it does, it's made to fit right over here, and it goes on here. So when you're filling, then you attach it to the hose. It comes with this 3-foot hose, and this is a super high quality hose, just an awesome hose. And then this just bayonets onto your fill connection here, and then this end goes over to your RV, and it's just like the perfect size for hooking up the RV and emptying your tank. It's not too long and it's not too short. So that is awesome. Now, in addition to that, and having awesome caps, it also comes with a 4-in-1. So this is your 4-in-1 that you hook up to your sewer connection at your RV park, and it has the 2-piece unit so it'll fit in a 4-inch bumper. It comes with the 2 pieces. This actually just comes in the kit. because you have to have one of these when you go to the dump station, because you just want to take your hose. I don't know what Barker's thinking. I guess you connect this up to your gate valve and then you kind of stick this into the dump station. You know, nobody's going to want to do this. You have to have a way to connect your hose so it's a nice clean dump, and that this comes with the Rhino kit. So all this comes with the Rhino kit, which is awesome. The Barker does come with this little bobber thing that attaches onto here to help gauge whether or not your tank is full. It's actually really useless. I tried it a couple times. You really need this vent cap to be able to vent the air when your tank is filling, so that was worthless. So as far as accessories go, just the Rhino tote tank just blows it away. As a matter of fact, I use this Barker Tote-Along, but I use all my Rhino tote tank accessories, and I don't use any of the Barker ones. Okay, I left the most important thing for last, and that is lifting. Now with the Barker Tote-Along 4-wheel unit, the best part about it, it has these 4 wheels with a steerable tow bar, and you never have to do any lifting. So when this thing's full of water, no lifting. When you have this one full and you've got to bring it from the RV, get it over to the truck, and then you've got to lift it onto the truck. First of all, you've got to put the tow bar in here. And so now with this thing full, it'll have 200 pounds of water in it. This is the 28-gallon size. You've got to lift it up, so you got to lift this up. So that'll be almost 100 pounds of lifting right here. You got a little bit of a lever angle here, but it's almost 100 pounds of lifting. So you've got to lift this full of water, and you got to bring it over to your truck and hook it up. So you got to lift it up onto the tow bar like this. With the Barker Tote-Along, you don't have to do any of that. So there's zero lifting. So that, to me, that gets the most, the highest weight of score, because that is just really, really important to me, and was the main reason why I got rid of the tote tank or stopped using it and got the Barker Tote-Along, because my back just not could handle lifting 100 pounds of weight every time I went to go use it. And that was the crusher for me. So definitely that is the highest score and weight score, and that goes to the Barker Tote-Along, and the major reason why I went with the Barker. Okay, so the final score, 22 points for the Rhino tote tank and 20 points for the Barker Tote-Along. You know, they're both great units, but it really comes right down to it. If you're okay, you got a strong back, the Rhino tote tank is awesome. It's really well built, and it comes with awesome accessories. But if you don't like to lift, you can get the Barker Tote-Along and then grab the accessories from Camco. They're awesome. I wish I could have the best parts of both in one unit. If it is important to you not to do any heavy lifting, then the choice is easy. Buy the Barker 4-wheel Tote-Along and purchase the accessories from Camco separately. If you have a strong back, then save a bunch of money and buy the Rhino tote tank. However, Camco has come out with a version of the Rhino with a steerable wheel, making it a 4-wheel unit. Or you can purchase a separate wheel kit and add it to your Rhino tote tank for about 75 bucks. I personally would still get the Barker because of its superior construction and the pneumatic wheels. This is our second video about portable waste tanks. To some people, it is not an important decision, but we use our portable waste tank often when staying at state parks to help extend our stay. So it is important for us to get the one that best fit our needs. Do you have a Barker Tote-Along or a Rhino tote tank? Please leave a comment on what you like or don't like about yours. If you have one of those new Rhino 4-wheel versions, please leave a comment about your experience with that unit. Now, if you found the information in this video valuable in your decision to purchase a Blue Boy, please give the video a thumbs up. If you like this kind of content, we do lots of RV DIY, product reviews, campground tours, full-time RV living. Please consider subscribing to our channel by clicking this link below. Now, I will leave a link to a playlist of similar content up here for you to check out next. And remember, downsizing does make sense.